So, hopefully all has gone well so far. You've got your tone generator working. We're going to modify it yet again and use the capacitor you made as well as the variable resistor you made. Haul them out. If you made the capacitor to the approximate dimensions I listed, the capacitor should come in somewhere between 30 and 60 nanofarads. Now, my fancy high-tech multimeter actually has a capacitance function on it, which came in at around 54 nanofarads. Your variable resistor will probably go from a few hundred ohms to several mega ohms, so it'll make an excellent combination with your handmade capacitor. As long as the capacitor is capacitating, you'll be able to do this next trick. If your capacitor doesn't work, chances are one of two things happened. The wires didn't get a good connection to the aluminum, or the aluminum touched along the edges when you were rolling it up. If you had a bad connection, try poking the wire through the tin foil and then bending it over on itself and then taping it. If you had a short circuit, you can measure the resistance with your multimeter. Just put your multimeter in ohms, and it should read infinite resistance. Otherwise, it'll show basically 0 ohms, indicating you have a short somewhere. Just re-roll the capacitor, being especially careful not to let the aluminum pieces touch each other anywhere. Okay, so here's our schematic. You can use the output either through a speaker or through an LED, it's your choice. It will work either way because of the wide variation we'll get with your variable resistor. So connect to pin 3 either with a resistor LED in series to ground or a coupling capacitor speaker series to ground. I'll demonstrate both starting with the speaker. I've replaced capacitor 1 with my handmade capacitor. So pin 2 to pin 1 or pin 2 to ground, either one is correct. R1 is still that 1K resistor from our tone generator project, and I've removed R2 and I'm going to use my jumper wires to connect my handmade variable resistor. The other end of the gator clips, I actually clip one over the end of the paper so the clip is pinching down on the carbon strip. Now, if you have to pencil in some more of the strip so the clip is pinching down on the carbon strip, go for it. I'm simply holding the other gator clip with which I can now touch the carbon strip and move it along like this. Now, if you're deaf and using the speaker, if you clip the gator clip onto the end of the paper, then it frees up your one hand so you can feel the speaker while you move the other gator clip along your handmade resistor. So as I move the gator clips closer to each other, the resistance gets lower and lower, and the frequency gets higher and higher. The farther apart they are, the higher the resistance gets, and the slower the frequency. So you can go beyond the range of human hearing off either end. So let's swap out our speaker for an LED. The circuit functions in exactly the same way, just this time we're using light as an indicator of frequency. Okay, build up the circuit.